are 8-13 in Big 12 play, Taylor, but don't let that record fool you. They too have gone through the gauntlet, and again, they're a nationally ranked team.
Yeah, they're a very good team.
35 wins this tournament.
season.
Pretty crazy that there is a scenario where the Sun Devils could make the NCAA tournament and not get into their own conference tournament.
Yeah.
With a first pitch strike, and we are underway. Game 1 of 3. Pitch number 3 of the series is lined and caught.
Kristen Turlington and Haley Schuler to go pick up that first out for BYU.
It is also senior weekend for this BYU squad. Turlington, one of those seniors that have been around for a while and have been instrumental. Also opposite field, first pitch swinging is Kaylee Pond, but that one finds the gap between shortstop and third, and Arizona State has their first single of the game. Runner goes. That throw is offline on the strike to make it a full count. So now Kaylee Pond into scoring position and a full count with Pond on second base. Another 3-2. And it is a walk drawn by Samantha Swan. Her 14th walk drawn this season. 10 home runs on the season, 41 RBIs. And she's going to have 42. A single into right field, and the Sun Devils score first. Townsend with the snap throw down the third base line to chase back Swan.
If they don't have that stolen base, Arizona State doesn't necessarily score in that situation. So that's where aggressive base running really comes to help.
One hop on the ground, and BYU gets the lead runner out to walk ratio. Grad student, 2.45 earned run average, and will face Danica Acosta, BYU sophomore, to open up BYU's offensive effort. Ball one outside. Arizona State in Provo playing a game for the first time in almost 20 years. Got to go all the way back to May of 2007.
Arizona State has not been here in that many years. I feel like when I was playing, we were at Arizona State yearly playing, not just regular season, but sometimes some of those postseason games. So just fascinating to me.
Acosta lays into it. That ball is tailing, and a good catch is made in center field for the first out of the game. Boy, it got a little weird with the wind games. Owens is one of those players. 3-2, and that is in play. The slow roller, and BYU catches a break. Brown trying to hurry that ball up into her hand, had it slip out. See, is behind in the count of strike. Schuler, high fly ball, left field. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is gone. 2-1, BYU on Haley Schuler's 9th home run of the season.
Just last week, Haley Schuler hit a pair of home runs. I mean, she is just on fire with her bat. It's fun to see a lot of these BYU hitters really find their stride in their, last month of playing a lot at home.
BYU starting pitcher does herself a solid, hitting a 2-run homer, trying to keep things rolling for the Cougar offense, and Kenzie Brown clearly not impacted, right back to work with the strikeout. A very good batter in Brittingham. Again, not a shocker. I mean,
home runs definitely help, but kind of crazy.
The math and the logic are definitely there, but it is wild to look at the stark So Schuler behind.
Arizona State, you don't want to give up freebies. I mean, BYU saw that come back to bite them last inning. That run came because of a walk that they put on base early, so hoping that doesn't happen again for them early on in this second inning.
Now it's Tiari Ho-Ching. High chopper, tough play, and it is made. It's thrown out for the second out. And Danica Acosta had to make one to throw out Ho Ching at first and does just that.
Yeah, so athletic to pick it up. And basically incredible by Danica Acosta to sneak in that out for BYU.
Acosta busy again. Oh, and aggressive base running pays off for Arizona State as Wendell is safe at first. And that leadoff walk as Avila slides in. She was running hard from second base on the 2-out grounder and slides in. I believe BYU is going to
the plate and making sure that Arizona State doesn't get another runner over there.
And that ball caroms off of the sliding Wendell, who has her 10th stolen base of the season on 11 attempts. And she's into scoring position.
And hitting some good spots. That was a great pitch on the inside part of the plate.
Already talked about the 51 combined home runs for batters 2 through 5 on the ASU side. 186 RBIs to go along with that in that same quartet of batters. Here is the payoff. And it is a 2-out walk. Last time they were here back in 2007, so they have won both games they have played in Provo against BYU, 2-0. And now conference opponents in the Big 12 and tied at 2. BYU Cougars batting 6th. The 0-2. And Brown fools Townsend with the ball low in the zone for another strikeout.
And their bat's going.
Mansfield has worked it to a full count. The payoff from Brown, and it's a 1-out walk drawn by Miranda Mansfield. And that's going to go for a single. So runners on first and second. A 1-out walk followed by a single from Turlington. As BYU threatening here. Bennett in protect mode with runners on first and second. Brown set to deliver the 0-2. With a chopper that will advance the runners to second and third as Bennett is thrown out on that backhanded flip from Brown over to first base for the second out, which gives Danica Acosta a chance to mount a 2-out rally for BYU program in Arizona out of conference. And BYU hasn't been far off from that either, Taylor. It's just when you're in the Big 12 and you have to against Arizona State. The 3-2, and it's back up the middle, a seeing eye single on a full count pitch. Advantage Emily Shep. Fourth hit of the game for Arizona State. And BYU, after an initial bobble at third base, able to get the lead runner. Miranda Mansfield knocked it down. Made the throw over to Acosta at second. And that ball gets away. Not allowed. Payoff pitch. Acosta has it cleanly over to Udall Woolley at first for the second out. Chester will advance to third. Their 16 losses have come in a very difficult Big 12 slate. They're 8-13. BYU. Katie Chesno, that's the one. Yeah, okay. And Owens goes down, swinging for the fourth strikeout of the game from Kenzie Brown. What did you do, Taylor?
Yeah, I don't know, but you know, that's so funny.
I mean, that was the key.
Yeah.
And he knows, just like we all do. I mean, everybody knows what's on the line here. From a sophomore, batting .248. On the ground, Turlington just continues a remarkable day at shortstop. Another tough pickup on the short hop and throws out Ho Ching. Tristan Turlington order again for Arizona State. Here's Tanya Wendell. And Wendell going opposite field. That'll drop fair right on the line into the corner. This could be 3. Wendell is going to have a 2-out triple. Wow. And that ball was slicing and drops right on the line. Lineup. Sun Devils trying to take the lead back after a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. BYU with the 2-run homer for Schuler took it back. ASU tied it up, and we've been stuck at 2, and that's going to do it. Kaylee Pond delivers a 2-out RBI single. It's 3-2 Sun Devils.
Yes, which is just crazy. I mean, we see girls get hit all the time, but for it to break your arm.
That is into the gap. One hops the wall. Morrow rounding third. She's going to be sent home. And Haley Morrow scores a run in her senior weekend as a pinch runner. And what Arizona State scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. BYU for Kenzie Brown. Townsend remains on second for BYU. Brown pulls the string. Gorgeous changeup and RBI. Trying to open up the fifth with a spark. Make it 3 for 3 and 3 singles for Emily Shep. 7th hit of the game for the Sun Devils.
And that 3
was expected to be a situational pitcher at best. She has become the pitcher that BYU has most heavily relied on by necessity with so many injuries. And notably to Kaysen Korth. And 3 still working for her first strikeout. The 1-2. And that's hit into right field. Catch is made by Brittingham. Runners. Well, 1 runner will tag from second to third as Shep is on the corners with 1 down. Roberts does her job to advance one of those base runners. And here comes Ashley Mejia.
For sure.
Staying in there. Some tough points for sure. The 0-2. Townsend fakes the throw to second as Lewis takes that bag, and now both Arizona State runners in scoring position with 1 out. The 3-2. It's hit well. Center field. Tailing away from Bennett. Off the base of the wall. That'll score 2. Ashley Mejia. A 1-out gives Arizona State a 5-3 lead.
Hit right off the fence. And Arizona State is happy to get 2 of the 5 runs so far.
And Arizona State caught in a pickle. And the lead runner, Mejia, is tagged out, so a base running error for Arizona State grants BYU a huge...
And I wonder if there was a play on for Arizona after Ho Ching just a little bit. I think she was maybe supposed to swing at that, or maybe...
Another 2-2 from Brown. Acosta on the 2-hopper is thrown out. The charging Tiari Ho Ching, who makes a nice play. 10th pitch of the at-bat. Still a full count. And Owens does eventually draw the walk that she thought she had picked up. And she'll be looking still rolling out Haley Schuler. And Wendell is hit by Schuler. Second batter that Schuler... And now the gauntlet begins again for Schuler, staring down the center fielder, Kaylee Pond.
With those hitters we keep talking about, 2 through 5 for Arizona State is just so good.
Lily Owens calls off Turlington, who is fading back from shortstop. So as the Cougars try and stay within reasonable striking distance against Kenzie Brown and the Sun Devils. That pitch is high on the rise ball out of the glove of Townsend, and that'll... On a rope to center field and over the glove of Bennett. I mean, an absolute laser. And Samantha Swan delivers an RBI double. It makes it 6-3 here in the top of the...
hitting 345. Really comparable batting averages. But like you said, Shep is the one that's hot tonight.
4 for 4 now. So BYU does go after her. Runners on the corners.
And even then, when someone's hot, to still go 4 for 4, that's just a fantastic game.
Change up. Townsend will throw down to second. But not in time as Shep slides in safely. So 2 balls, make it 3 balls and no strikes. 1 out, runners on second and third.
If they can.
And that'll be a seeing eye single for Chester. That drives in 2 more runs. It's now 8-3 Arizona State. The Sun Devils in charge late in this game. 3 runs here in the 6th inning alone.
And it just makes it tough if you're Haley Schuler. This is a very good hitting team, and they've seen her several times. They've scouted her and watched her film. They know what she's bringing and what she's doing.
Game at some point in this weekend series.
Yep, I would agree. And I think a good idea for BYU to make a little bit of a switch. I mean, Jada Villegas brings that left-hand look and just a little bit of a speed change from Haley Schuler.
Chester will take second base easily on the pitch that is low and skirts across home plate for a ball. 3rd innings. And ultimately running out of gas here in the 6th. And good play by Acosta. Throw is offline, and that's going to allow another runner to score. Tough break for BYU's defense as Acosta was payoff pitch. And Brittingham draws a leadoff walk.
It's such a good pitcher like Kenzie Brown.
Woolley, deep into the gap, long throw, and they got her. Saw those tiebreaker scenarios for the Big 12 tournament for just a moment before we went to the official ruling on the challenge. That pitch gets away.
Such big misses on those swings.
The payoff. Another changeup. That'll drive in a run. So Townsend has her 2nd RBI of the night. Thrown out at first. Brittingham scores to make it 9-4.
And that's another one of those freebies that comes back to bite. I mean,
finale. Temperatures expected in the low 70s and a lot of sunshine. On the 2-1, 2 hops to Turlington, and she throws out Ho Ching at first. It is Yanixa Acuna. Bunt is down. Villegas will collect, and not in time. Acuna with that speed. Safe at first.
By Acuna.
Nicely executed by Arizona State with the 1 out. Kaylee Pond is the batter. Throw down, and Acuna is safe. Was there in plenty of time. You wondered if she was actually going to slide off the bag.
She kept her foot attached to the base, but she almost
plates 1-1.
Or even for how fast Acuna made it over to second base. We love to see BYU.
Villegas in 9 of 22 with runners on, which is currently the situation here, but Pond goes down on Chuck. Wow. Going to throw down to first, and how about that? And here is Aisa Silva.
But no doubt they just want to save her arm as much as they can. They're trying to prep for a conference tournament. And Silva, it gives her teammates an opportunity to see what Silva's doing a little bit and time up those pitches.
Turlington, deep to left field, but not deep enough. He was a regular in the lineup. And Tavita, first pitch swinging, ground ball. He's thrown out by Ho Ching, getting their 9th Big 12 win, and again, taking a big step towards tournament play in Oklahoma City.
And if you're BYU, if you could take away that 6th inning, those 4 runs that you gave up in that big 6th inning for Arizona State.
A 3-1 to Acosta, and she draws a 2-out walk. So we'll extend the game, at least one more batter.
Baseball's over here sometimes.
Owens draws another 2-out walk. just one out, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Snap throw down to first. That ball hits Owens. Oh, goodness. To hit her, she's already been plagued with multiple little injuries, and it just hit her
straight
right on
to
the
her
right arm.
Yeah, and there was no glove deflection of that. The ball straight.
Well, they called an arm issue on her glove hand. The amazing thing is she just wants to keep playing. Just tell her head coach Corey Deacon, no, I'll play. Schuler, shallow left field, and the catch is made. That ends the game on a 3-1 pitch. 3-game weekend set by a final of 9-4. The Sun Devils compile 14 total hits.